Welcome to Birdseeds. Thank you guys so much for listening, as always. Let me know how this audio sounds. I realized, it's kind of funny after last week where I talked about all the pro gear I had, that there was a weird, kind of clicking sound that was coming through after I recorded, and I had to EQ that out, which most people probably don't hear it. In my head, it didn't give me the voice audio that I was really looking for. I troubleshot it. I had cables in the wrong order. I actually don't really understand it, but based on my last test, it is fixed now. Hopefully in editing, it still is. Let me know if this sounds better to you. Give me feedback. Also, thank a lot of you for commenting on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you want to hear more. Keep comments coming. And again, let me know what you want to hear more of. So in today's episode, we're going to kind of talk about limitations, self-limitations, self-beliefs. When we hit hurdles, why? Well, what are we doing? Why are we not able to get there? Part of it's going to be talking about the fear of failure. Part of it's talking about fear of success. It's a kind of a really weird sort of concept to wrap your head around. Fear of success. Why would you be afraid of doing what you wanted to do, to getting to where you wanted to be? But it's real. I don't really understand it. That's a whole nother concept. Maybe I can try to find a guest to kind of talk about that. But it is a real thing, fear of success. Is it just because it's unknown? My theory on it is that we're not setting our goals far enough ahead. So we're succeeding here because we set our goal too short. And that's really just a step to the full success. Because I think sometimes when we hit that success, it's like the letdown after a wedding or something like that, right? You finally get there. And then when it's over, it's like, well, now what? I did everything I was supposed to do. What's next? And I think part of that's why we have fear of success and we self-sabotage. But in today's episode, I want to talk about, and I have a real world example, and I want to see you guys do it, and let me know how it goes. But our self-beliefs, our self-limitations, things that we do to ourselves to stop us from achieving what we want to achieve. And the example that I have, and it's really weird. You guys know that I have some issues with my muscles and things like that. I can't really bend down and touch my toes standing up. Never really been able to. I'm super flexible in many ways. That's not the way I'm flexible. And years ago, somebody said, you know what? You know you can touch your toes if you close your eyes. Nobody ever does it. You go to bend over and touch your toes. Your eyes are open, right? Try it with your eyes closed. I'm serious. I want you to stand up and I want you to try it. I want you to bend over and touch your toes, but your eyes are closed the whole time. It's amazing that you can do it. At least I can. I'm sure everybody's different. Everybody's got their own true, physical, real limitations. But this is a mental limitation. It's part of your autonomous nervous system. It's a natural thing. Your body is stopping you from falling, right? So you're bending over with your eyes open. Your body stops you from going because it thinks you're falling because it sees the ground getting closer. So it stops. But when you do it with your eyes closed, it doesn't stop you from falling because it doesn't know you're falling. It doesn't see the ground coming closer. And it's amazing. That little change allows you to do it. So how many other things in our lives are just inside of us, our being, our autonomous nervous system, our nervous system controlling and limiting what we can do because it's trying to protect us from something that's not even a real threat. So how can you then outsmart it? How can you then trick it to allow yourself to do those other things? I don't know if you've ever, I'm just going to kind of go backwards here to what I said about setting our goals too close, not far enough. I remember learning how to drive, and I remember a family member saying, you're looking at the car in front of you and you're following the car in front of you. You need to look 5 cars in front of you. You need to look to the horizon. You need to look as far down the road as you can see. And you're just going to steal. You're going to follow the car in front of you. You're going to not swerve. You're just going to go right in line, and you're going to get down there. I was talking to, I guess he'd be an uncle-in-law, I guess. He was a CDL driver, and we were driving on 81 through Virginia. If you've ever been on that road, beautiful drive. I mean, you're in the mountains, you're in the Appalachia, just gorgeous views. But it's a heavy trucking route. It's two lanes each direction. And the trucks have a really hard time getting up these super steep inclines when they're fully loaded or overloaded, which I think is what it is. And you get these other truckers that try to go around them because they're going really slow, and they wind up clogging the whole lane, right? And what the CDL driver uncle-in-law said to me was, you can tell that those are the rookie drivers because they didn't look far enough up the road. They should have gotten over before. They should have been able to realize which trucks were going to be bogged down and make sure that they're in front of them before they get to the hill. So those are just some of those little tricks that we can do. It's just thinking a little bit more bigger picture. It's thinking outside of our own situations, thinking outside of our own limitations. And again, some are real physical limitations, but a lot of them are the way we think about things. Tell me how you're going to implement this. Tell me how you can change something in the way you think about it. Let me know if you're able to touch your toes. I'm really curious. As always, thank you so much for listening. This has been Birdseeds. I hope today is wonderful. Take care.